deadly combination of war, greed and disease has rendered the Earth unlivable.
We received a video message and it said we had to go to Mars because Earth was no longer habitable.
With its finite resources consumed, we can no longer call Earth home, so we need to look elsewhere.
We had to build pods so they can go onto a rocket ship and we fly up to Mars.
We must work together to transform this desolate wasteland into a world where we can sustain the human race.
Children live watching journeys and drama in every moment of their life. They're watching it on television, they're watching it on computer games. And we thought it'd be interesting to devise a class that had a journey with a sense of drama, highs, lows and tension. So we devised an inquiry project called Leaving the Earth.
Essentially, I think the hook or the story is what engages the students. It has to be a realistic experience for them that they can have an emotional attachment to. The very first thing that every tribe is going to be responsible for doing is having a discussion with the people within your tribe to identify the very necessary things that your tribe absolutely positively has to have on your journey to Mars and to take with you to Mars so that you can ensure the survival of the people in your tribe.
Because the virtual world operates as a microcosm of the real world, that means that the students were instantly impacted with the idea of land grabs, ownership, running a government.
Essentially, we looked at a medium that the kids would be familiar with and that they'd really engage with. And the main thing that came across in some collection of data that we did was that they all really engage in gaming and that world of online connectedness. So by using a gaming medium, well, they see it as gaming, but we're giving them specific tasks to complete using that software.
We had to make decisions about needs and wants. For needs we did water, clothes, oxygen, and for wants we did computers, games and stuff like that.
So you need building materials. Wood.
We need animals.
Animals?
Yeah. Feed them. I want cows to eat them.
Our team specialised in farming, so we supplied meat and vegetables for our other teams.
The virtual world allows the kids firstly to work in a different environment, which is important, and experience things that they perhaps can't experience in a real world environment.
Good system, what do we call that? Do you know what that's called? Sharing. And you can call it trading.
We designed a farm on top of our shelter, and we also designed robots to help us. And what the robots do is they go up and pick all the veggies and they put it down a tube.
I started a program called MarsTube on it, and it's like iTunes and YouTube put together.
I made the spacesuits. I made especially for the people in my team. Yeah, farming is different from farming on Earth because you have to take all the soil and stuff and you have to take the seed.
As an oldie, I don't really understand virtual worlds and how they all exist, but you've only got to be in the multimedia lab, see the children engaged in what they're doing in world and out world, have them explain to you, but more importantly see the end product. And to me, as a principal, assessing what children understand and know and can transfer into other situations. I haven't quite seen a demonstration like that before with the outcomes and the products from virtual world and multimedia.
We had launched to Mars and it was quite fun. All the kids that were doing the Mars project, we went into the theatre and we watched a video of a rocket taking off.
The launch to Mars was just awesome. It was breathtaking.
It was really loud and it was really exciting watching it on the big screen. Like everyone screamed and everything.
Putting them on a planet, an empty planet that's a blank canvas, they're able to put their own stamp on it. They make it their own, they create things, they design them, they build them, but they work together to do that.
Most of what we're doing is teaching them how societies resolve problems through negotiation, through having laws or planning. But they must create all that.
And if you own something, it means something to you. So you want to absorb all the information you can, you want to research, you want to find out more so that you can be a more successful tribe.
But as society has progressed and it's become more sophisticated with what's inside the tribe, they're now moving towards a government. And right at this very moment, they're just deciding whether they want to be a democracy, a dictatorship or a monarchy. And and there's some interesting challenges for them to solve, because being a dictator is fine if you're the dictator. Maybe a democracy is better if you want to have a say.
When we landed on Mars, we had to mark out our territory, so we wouldn't clash with any other tribes.
We had our own territory, so you couldn't cross that, or if you wanted to cross that you would have to ask for permission.
It was like one big race to see who could get the biggest territory, the biggest space.
We decided to create a government that helped people stop fighting over land, so there would be votes.
In virtual world you build a lot of things, and it's also math. You have to use your brain to get the right measurements, and you also have to use your imagination to think about things. It's better than just sitting in the classroom and letting the teacher write on the board and do all the work for you. You get to sit on the computer and do it all yourself and build it and think about all the designs without being told what to do.
Something I learned is that we have to make decisions together.
What I really liked in virtual world was I liked to design and create stuff that I wished I had in the real world.
It's just really fun. It's like all the other classes, you just do work and it's boring, and this one you just get to have a bit of fun and to go on the computers and learn a bit more other than just sitting down, writing and doing that sort of stuff. I really liked how we had a choice to design stuff and have our own opinion in the class. We got to create our own world basically, and that was really fun.
I've noticed lots of changes in the children's enthusiasm for learning. They really enjoy working with multimedia, so their engagement levels are higher. They can talk about their learning better. They've learnt to do that with the adults around what it is they're using. They can explain that really well.
We talk a lot about teams and having the kids work in teams, but a big part of it, I think, is the team of teachers who work together, and it's we all have different skills to offer, and I think by modelling that to our students, we can show them that just because you may not be good at one specific thing, that someone else can support you through that, and it's about putting it all together to get the best outcome.
Multimedia and virtual worlds are great engaging tools for students because they're physically doing something. But what happens is they get this incredible voice where they get to speak at the end of it. So they've got an outcome where their voice is heard, their creativity is shown, and that is the power of those tools.
We were getting along pretty good, and it's actually quite hard living on Mars because you have to put on the suit so you can breathe and stuff, and have to wear the same clothes, and then when you get into your space pod, it's basically just work all day, and then night you sleep and then work again so that you can survive there.